What's up, everybody? Good late afternoon. Game is just about to start. We're just a handful of minutes away at this point. But I do want to go ahead and provide some last second updates here. Just get it in under the buzzer because we did get some intriguing news earlier today, and I thought it'd be worth it to quickly cover it. So we're going to start mostly with injury stuff, and then there's one note that is not necessarily directly related to this game, but it's a kind of a programming note. It's certainly interesting because the NFL doesn't typically do this, and I'm surprised they would do this for the game that we're going to talk about shortly here. But first, health notes for the Seahawks. Abe Lucas has been activated, and he is expected to start tonight. So we are getting Abe Lucas. Great news, awesome news. Breathe a sigh of relief. He's not going to have to retire yet. His season's not over yet. And we get to see him play at least one more play. And hopefully many more after that. But going to be very interesting to see how he affects the offense, obviously. I don't doubt that some of the problems we've had are because we don't have a reliable option at right tackle. I'm hoping Abe Lucas can be that reliable option because he hasn't played in 3 months. Who knows what he's going to do when he gets out there? But yeah, this is the first Abe Lucas action since week one. Now, when the Seahawks activate Abe Lucas from the injured reserve, they have to deactivate someone else one way or the other. And what they've done is send Phil Haynes to the injured reserve with his toe injury. So Phil Haynes, not only will he miss tonight's game, he will also miss the next 3 games after it, minimum. And honestly, I think there's a pretty good chance that Phil Haynes is out the rest of the season. They are hoping they can get him back in time for the last 2 games of the year, but I mean, if we're being honest, by that point, it's very possible that Anthony Bradford or even Jason Peters has asserted themselves as the better option because Phil Haynes isn't playing that well. So I think we would all like it if Anthony Bradford asserted himself as being better than Phil Haynes because Anthony Bradford, the guy who's going to be here for a couple years, and Phil Haynes is a free agent and somebody I think we're all pretty much done with. They say that you never want to let one of your players lose their starting job or lose their playing time because of injury. But this is an instance where I hope the injury, this is going to kind of sound mean to Phil Haynes. I kind of hope that the injury accelerates him losing his starting job, if that makes sense, because honestly, it's not like the performance is very good either. So, yeah, Phil Haynes to IR, going to miss at least a month worth of games. Hopefully it's Bradford tonight. That would be preferable. Could see some Peters as well. Cody Thompson elevated from the practice squad tonight, and the reason why Cody Thompson has been elevated from the practice squad is if you look at the inactive list, we've got 2 receivers who are inactive tonight. This list got released just a few minutes ago. Eskridge is inactive for this game, as is Derek Young. So both guys not going to go. You need receiver help. Cody Thompson is somebody who's played a little bit this year, and there seems to be a level of trust with him in this organization. So makes sense, just kind of common sense. Probably won't need him for more than a snap or two and then some special team stuff. But the real bummer here is, and I mean this when I say it, Eskridge had some stuff to build on after last week. He played well. He had multiple good plays in that game, and now it's just over. Well, the momentum's over. He'll probably be back next week and get hurt again. But yeah, no Eskridge, no Young. Cody Thompson's in. Also inactive would be Ken Walker. I told people several days ago that it didn't look like he was going to play. I don't know what the team was doing, kidding themselves, thinking he might. But regardless, he does not go tonight. The other inactives are less important. McClendon Curtis and Raekwon O'Neal are inactive. Miles Adams also inactive, which I got to be honest, it's kind of bumming me out a little bit. I don't want to make too big a deal out of this because he is a bit player either way. But I really did like Miles Adams, what he showed last year, and I thought he could be a part of this defensive line rotation. And we're sitting here as the Seahawks defense with no real ability to rotate players in and out. And Miles Adams still can't get any burn. Like, I really don't understand how we feel like it's better to just play Leonard Williams every snap when we have Miles Adams there who could step up and give you 15 snaps a game. I don't see how that's worse than what we're getting out of these exhausted defensive linemen. And I think you're really seeing it with Jarran Reed. He was playing like an all-pro earlier this year. Now he's not. He's tired. All these players on the defensive line are tired. Leonard Williams isn't really there yet because he got here not that long ago. But I don't understand this team's refusal to use any kind of a defensive line rotation. Again, it's just this weird system where they have their guys that play, and then the only way you get subbed out is if you're about to keel over and die. But those are your inactives. The only other bit of news doesn't really concern this game. There's nothing to really report from the Cowboys side because they don't have any injuries. Everybody they have inactive is somebody who wasn't going to do anything anyway, guys like Deuce Vaughn. So I got nothing there, but I do have a little something here. The Seahawks have had their game flexed into Monday night. Week 15, we play the defending NFC champion Eagles. That game was originally going to be Sunday. Now it's Monday. Pretty rare you see a game get moved from one day to another. The league has had to do it a few times in the past, but this is the first time they've done it just because they feel like it improves the product. Obviously, Patriots-Chiefs is not a good game, and we're better off not having that game in a primetime slot. But I gotta say, I don't know. I would have to look. It's hard for me to believe this is going to be the best game to flex into to the Monday night window. Maybe the NFL knows something I don't. I know right now it looks like a good game, but you're looking at it. We play the Cowboys tonight. We've got the 49ers next week. That Eagles game might be the death rattle of the Seahawks season. And honestly, I think most people, like people who really pay attention to stuff, are going to think the team is dead before they get there. If we lose tonight and lose next week, that Eagles game, I mean, like, of course, if you win, you're going to have you're going to be reinvigorated a little bit. You're going to have new energy, and there's going to be some hope that the team can win out and get to 10 wins. And if they get to 10 wins, I imagine they're in. But, I mean, that really might be the death rattle. It's better than what they had before, but hard for me to believe that's the best they can do. But, yeah, next 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, the Seahawks have been moved into the Monday night window. So, first time the NFL has used the Monday Night Football flex, and I guess that's kind of cool, I guess. But I kind of feel like you're not going to get a great game. I'm worried about what that Eagles run game is going to do to us. I'm worried about what that Eagles front is going to do to us. And yeah, the whole country gets to watch now. All right. See you guys later on tonight after the game is over. Probably 4 hours from now, a little less. You'll see the post-game video. And then we'll stream a little bit. And then we'll see what's up. All right. I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. That's your pre-game last-minute notes. Interesting times we live in, guys. We'll see what happens.